Irish Russell and Dave Brown right along ring set. And how do you like Star Wars here, Dave?
Yeah, that you look here.
Is that what it is? Okay. We're ready to go with another big championship wrestling, a brand new set, and by golly, some great faces that'll be in here, and tell us about them.
Mark Reagan scheduled against Eddie Gilbert in the opening match here today. Should be a good opener. Following that, we'll have Randy Savage against Kurt Von Hess. Should be another one as the Macho Man will be in action. Then it'll be Rick Rude and King Kong Bundy, and here's the tag team. Jimmy Hart will be in their corner in tag team action. Following that, the New Generation will be going against the Dirty White Boys, and of course Hart will be in the Dirty White Boys corner too.
My golly, I'll tell you, that's a whale of an expiration of time match that we've got lined up there too. In addition to that, other features as usual. We're going to get ready for it all and be ready to see the international heavyweight champion Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert right after we take time out for this. Okay, David, before we get into the single match with our international heavyweight champ, I think we ought to tell the folks that we have new Southern tag champs for those around the territory that do not know that. And just as a refresher, I think everybody is familiar with the fact that Dutch Mantell and Tommy Rich had them, but they had a little falling out. Boy, and I mean real parting of the ways. They had a hurry-up tournament. Some of the teams that wanted to be in it couldn't be in it. The eventual winners winning over the fabulous ones were Jimmy Hart's big team of King Kong Bundy and Rick Rude. So they now hold the Southern Tag belts, and that is big news. For a long time, I think, since they've been together, a lot of people have thought they might be a formidable team.
Awesome team with size, experience, and meanness.
Okay, let's go up to the ring. The international champ. It says Gilbert is a pansy. I'm reading that sign over there, Eddie. What do you want me to say? All I can tell you is that's what the people said. What is the newspaper that they don't want to see Eddie? They're bored with Eddie. That's it. It's got to be. And coming in the ring now is Johnny Wilhoit. Mark Reagan was, we checked during the break, and Mark was not here. And so Johnny has volunteered to go. Go ahead, Joe.
Okay, should be a good one. From Lexington, Kentucky at 220 pounds, introducing Johnny Wilhoit. And going against him from Lexington, Tennessee at 206 pounds, with his manager, Jimmy Hart, the international champion, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. One fall, 15-minute time limit match. The referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Johnny has got a lot of work cut out today because the New Generation's going against the Dirty White Boys in there. I saw John as I walked out to check on it and asked, bell time, and we're off and running. And Johnny feels like going against Gilbert, even though it's a non-title bout, with the exposure here, that this is a great opportunity to get him recognized as a single wrestler also. And, I just think while guys a lot of times settle down to tag team or single, everybody in their heart would love to think of having a single title in there.
Absolutely.
And I think that's what Johnny has in mind. He has really been crippled with that leg the way it has. I was asking Johnny about that, and he bruised it all the way down to the bone. He's been to the University, of course, Johnny's home is Lexington, Kentucky. He's been to the University of Kentucky Athletic Department there and used their facilities for the heat treatment and all that, but it's still giving him a lot of trouble. He's been slowed somewhat, but boy, he is some kind of goer, and what a drop kick this guy's got.
Oh, yeah. He does have that right leg bandaged halfway up the thigh there with a heavy bandage on it. And I noticed him limping somewhat as he's in action here.
Eddie Gilbert with a top wrist lock. We're talking all about the opponent in here. We haven't given the Hot Stuff his proper credit or due in there. He stepped out through the rope.
A little complaining from Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert. You do have to give him credit. He has the international title.
And has held it longer, in all honesty, than I think a lot of people thought he would.
Yeah.
And I got to be one of the people who really didn't think he'd keep it that long. Talk to the referee, Jimmy, as I'm sure you will. You constantly do. He's complaining about the hair. which is a figment of both of their imaginations.
Jimmy, those glasses that Jimmy wears see some strange things sometimes.
Yeah, he talks about me wearing glasses. What about this guy?
Whoa! Wilhoit, nice move, ducked under, and pressure on the right leg, and it held up all right because Johnny braced himself with his right leg as he was taking Eddie Gilbert over and down to the mat. So that's one question mark that's answered for the time being, anyway. Working on the arm. Ooh. Eddie Gilbert goes for the leg, kicking the inside of that, just above the knee is where he's working on it. Oh, look out. Gilbert out of the ring. Look out. Using the ring post, slams the leg into the ring post from outside.
Well, it kind of irritates you to see Gilbert go for that injured leg, but in all dead honesty, in every sport, when an opponent sees a weakness, they're going to go for it. A boxer gets his eye cut, somebody's going to go for it. And you can't really blame him for doing that, regardless of how you happen to feel about him. Now that's
totally unnecessary, yeah. Gilbert dropping down with a knee. We're about 3 minutes, 20 seconds into the action here. Eddie Gilbert now going to work on that injured right leg of Johnny Wilhoit. Got it wrapped around the rope. Referee trying to back him away.
He almost got himself disqualified right there as referee Jerry Calhoun was right at the point of saying, you're out of it. Well, he shouldn't be on the ropes either, Jimmy. Hot stuff really rubbing it in as he, again, an illegal move in there. And the referee starts the count on Gilbert on the disqualification. That doesn't do Wilhoit's leg one bit of good.
No, because Eddie is breaking it just before the disqualification count occurs and then right back to work on it. Wilhoit could not get to his feet. Eddie Gilbert grabbed him from behind. Now puts a half crab on that leg.
Yes. Johnny, sometimes it's better to make a tactical retreat, Johnny, and this may be it. In there and undo all of the good work that he's done with the treatments on that leg. Eddie Gilbert, who took to the tactics of the first family like a duck takes to water, really, now that is a legal hold. It is a punishing hold. They pointed out a half crab, and he slams it down into the mat. Nothing illegal about that. That didn't have anything to do with being a good sport, whether it's legal or not. And now he's tearing at the bandage.
Well, as it ripped off.
Yes, he does, where it's wrapped up. And he pulls that brace down. Eddie Gilbert going after that leg of Johnny Wilhoit. John was doing well until Eddie started the tactics on the leg. And Wilhoit taking a lot of punishment in there.
5 minutes, 45 seconds gone.
5:45 into a one-fall 15-minute match, and I'm afraid that Johnny Wilhoit will have to wait for another day before he makes an impressive go against the international champ. Boy, Gilbert really taking advantage of the weak link.
Wilhoit trying his best to take the offense here, but Gilbert just keeps hammering at that leg.
Picture a big bruise that you've had sometime on an arm or a leg, and then figure somebody stomping, slamming, and doing what Gilbert's doing to it. And you can appreciate what Johnny Wilhoit is going through. And the deceptive thing, Dave, you don't see the big black and blue mark like you would normally see for a bruise. It's bruised to the bone all the way down. Gilbert ties him up. Johnny getting his shots in, but not enough to prevent Gilbert from really exercising that leg the hard way. Johnny Wilhoit of the new generation in our opening match with Eddie Hot Stuff Gilbert, non-title, the international heavyweight champ, has gone for the bad leg of Johnny Wilhoit, and he is making it pay off handsomely. Wilhoit has been in constant pain for about the last 4.5 minutes.
We are now 7.5 minutes into the match. 7.5 minutes gone.
Hard up there saying stomp it. Excellent, Jimmy. Oh, boy.
Interesting that Gilbert has not tried for a pin.
Good observation, partner. Not once has he tried to go for a pin. He's content to go after the leg and continue to hurt Wilhoit. He would like to see him unable to wrestle for quite some time. Wilhoit and his partner, Johnny Batten, have made a lot of noise in the tag circles. They're very energetic, excellent athletes. Wilhoit right now would like to be able to tag Mark, but Gilbert just continues. We're past
the 8-minute mark, and Gilbert just continues to wear that right leg of Johnny Wilhoit's out. Oh, boy.
Oh, figure four.
That's got to be it. Figure four leg lock. Wilhoit not giving up. He's trying to get a hold of the rope. Oh, he's got it. Oh, boy. I admire his guts of staying in there with it. I'm not sure of the wisdom at it. Hey, I think that's a disqualification.
He just got disqualified. He sure did. Eddie Gilbert disqualified.
Eddie Gilbert disqualified for unnecessarily roughing the referee up. He's trying to get the legs undone, and once again, Gilbert. Here comes the Macho Man. Nothing wrong with his leg, and brother, he is going after the international champ. Shoots the sweep in a hurry. Boy, the Macho Man came in there ready to take on the Third Army, and this son of a gun, he got Gilbert out of there. Gilbert didn't want to break that figure four leg lock. And Randy Savage helping out Johnny Wilhoit, who came up with a victory. Now, how much that's going to, when he's limping around, I don't know. And he's scheduled to come back down here against the Dirty White Boys. So, the official on it again was, David?
8 minutes, 54 seconds.
8:54, and as Wilhoit is being helped out by referee Jerry Calhoun and Randy Savage. Let's take a quick look at exactly what happened on it, because Gilbert had the match, no doubt about it. But here the referee's trying to break up the figure four leg lock. Johnny had gotten under the ropes, and the referee called for a break, and right there, Gilbert tossing him out just so he could continue to administer a few more punishing moments on Wilhoit's leg. The referee signaled to us disqualification, rang the bell. 8:54, and the winner will be Johnny Wilhoit by disqualification. Opening bout, and brother, that is not all. We'll see the Macho Man coming up against the big German in just a moment. That was totally unnecessary.
Pain, that's what wrestling is meant to be, is pain. Now, what I would like to do today is come right here and show my international belt first, and then right now, I've got a match coming with Lanny Poffo Monday night, but I want the Poffo family to know right now, Randy Savage, you and Lanny Poffo both, we don't have to wait till Monday night. Come out here right now, and I'll take you both on, brother, because I got fighting spirit, and I'm a great champion. Nobody ever calls me a bad champion. And these people are so stupid and ignorant, they don't know what's going on anymore. Lance, I am sick and tired. I have laid back as a champion. I have sat back. I have beat every one of the people you put up against me. I beat Dutch Mantell. I beat Tommy Wildfire Rich. I beat them all. And now the promotion here can't even find anybody to put against me. So who do they get? They go off in Never Never Land and find Sir Lanny Poffo. Sir Lanny is going to challenge Hot Stuff. What? This is a joke. Jimmy, this has got to be a joke. Did you sign this? Because I want to say something. Because in this area, I am the only king of wrestling. I am the only boogie woogie man. And last but not least, I am the original macho man of professional wrestling. Nobody can beat me.
What he's trying to say is he is the king of professional wrestling. That's what he's trying to say, the king. Now, why wouldn't Randy Savage find $1,000 for hitting the ring? That's what I want to know. You know the rules around here. Why didn't Eddie Marlin find it?
That's up to Eddie Marlin.
That's up to Eddie Marlin. It seems like Eddie Marlin does what he wants to do when he wants to do it. Well, let me tell you something, baby. We are prepared for anything or anybody at any time. Eddie Gilbert is the greatest professional athlete in the world today, and you're international heavyweight champion.
I hear it all. Okay, well, we'll find out.
That's all we got to say.
Just keep overlooking Lanny
The
Poffo.
Poffo family is a 1980 rendition of the Addams Family.
You just keep overlooking him, brother, and you're going to have another think when that bout is over with for that title.
Before we get going with action in the ring here, I want to take just a moment to hear a word or two, maybe a rhyme, from Sir Lanny Poffo about an upcoming match.
Fans have changed their minds about the Macho Man. They turn their hopeful eyes to me to ask me what's my plan. They wonder if we'll team again or will I disappear. They ask me if I'm jealous that my brother makes them cheer. Gather round me, wrestling fans, and listen to my story. Through my love for great days past, I fight for fame and glory. Big fish have eaten little fish since history began, and underneath this armor is a very hungry man. Now, Hot Stuff Eddie Gilbert holds the international belt, while Jimmy Hart is stacking all the cards that Eddie's dealt. Their temporary victories are soon to be erased. Their belt will find its home around Sir Lanny Poffo's waist. As I, with regal splendor, come in marching to the ring, to the beat of different drummers than the modern singers sing. When Hart and Gilbert crumble and the victory is mine, I'm just a drop in the ocean, but glory how I shine.
Sir Lanny Poffo with a few rhyming words that he has to say about his challenge for the international heavyweight title. He will be going against Gilbert soon, and that was his way of putting it, saying he's going to be the next champ. He's a good one. Coming into the ring now, Kurt Von Hess. And his opponent, oh boy, the wild, unpredictable Macho Man of wrestling, Randy Savage. He'll be in a 1-fall, 15-minute single match. We're ready for the introductions, Dave.
It is going to be 1 fall, 15 minutes from Munich, Germany, at 252 pounds, introducing Kurt Von Hess, his manager, Jimmy Hart. Going against him, total weight 235 pounds, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. 1 fall, 15-minute time limit. The referee is Jerry Calhoun. Kurt Von Hess talking things over with Jimmy Hart back in the corner while the Macho Man removes the regal robe that he has there.
If he wants some of Randy Savage that bad, brother, I can assure you before it's over with, he'll have all of him he wants to see.
Von Hess may want to rethink his position there. Whoa! Savage after Jimmy Hart. Savage, one of the most agile wrestlers, one of the, when you see him move, it's almost like fluid motion, the way and he came firing through those ropes after Jimmy Hart. Hart's hiding behind a pole over here in the studio.
Savage 235, and he really gets around. What an athlete. Big Von Hess. He'll try, of course, to get that claw on him and put it on the pressure point. Knocks him down, and they're going at it.
Von Hess with the first solid right landed. Oh, look out. Savage taken up high in the air and dropped by Kurt Von Hess. Von Hess apparently unimpressed by the Macho Man. Macho Man down on the floor now, put there by the big German. Savage back up on his feet, almost. Right at ringside. Up on the apron, and he's met there by Von Hess. Von Hess snapped the neck using the rope. Savage landed on the apron. Now in the ring, and Kurt Von Hess, whoa, blocked by Savage. That upper arm. Savage using the left. A flip. Goes to the ropes. He's on the middle one. Springs across the way. Lands right on top of Kurt Von Hess. There's a cover. Referee involved with Jimmy Hart over here, trying to get him down off the apron. Savage trying to go back to the turnbuckles, but Von Hess grabs him and pulled him off the rope. It's like a double thumb. He used both thumbs and jabbed Savage in the throat. Oh, Von Hess gonna drop down, and Savage moved out of the way just in the nick of time. Savage firing Von Hess through the ropes onto the apron, down on the floor. He's on the top rope, springs off of there, right across the top of the head. Kurt Von Hess down. Savage issuing a challenge to Jimmy Hart. Look out behind. A knee to the back, and the Macho Man down on the floor. The referee is trying to get him back in the ring. Von Hess running Savage into the ring post. Now, both of them back in the ring. Von Hess, big broad arm, and another one across the back. Savage rolls it down. One. Count of one is all he gets with the sunset. Savage reaching for a heart. You know, Von Hess has been perhaps more effective in this match than I expected he would be against Randy Macho Man Savage. I think part of that has to do with the fact that Savage is letting his attention be diverted by Jimmy Hart. Savage is going to have to concentrate on the business at hand, which is Kurt Von Hess. Right now, Von Hess has pounded him. Another right hand, and Savage hammered back into the corner. Hart unhappy with the crowd, and they're chanting. Whoa! Off the rope, upper arm by Savage. Von Hess hits the mat. Savage with a splash and a cover. Count is, whoops, he gets count of one. Savage broke it as the referee was starting that count and went after Jimmy Hart. Yeah, Von Hess. Savage leaps over there. Von Hess. There's a seat pulled out from under.
Savage has got Jimmy Hart. Look out. Eddie Gilbert comes in from outside. He nails Savage from behind. And Kurt Von Hess now picking Savage up. Eddie Gilbert has joined Jimmy Hart at ringside. There's a neck breaker by Von Hess and a cover. 1, 2. Count of 2. Savage able to break it. Savage very near being pinned there by Von Hess. He catches himself on the ropes. Turn. Presses Von Hess. 1, 2, 3. He got it. Randy Savage within about 1/10 of a second of being pinned, but he recovers to come back and leaps off the top rope, off the middle rope. Von Hess pinned, count of 3. Let's take a look at it here. You can see Savage, as he comes off the rope, presses Von Hess to the mat. The count of 3 by the referee. Hart and Eddie Gilbert both hit the ring. Savage leaves. Randy Macho Man Savage wins it in 4 minutes, 32 seconds.
Big complaint about a fast count and all, and I don't think the replay really tells the story as to how close he was to losing that match in there at one point. Yeah.
With any whisker, as they used to say.
Yeah, that's part of it, my friend. We got a lot more. Rude and Bundy will be out here to cheer your day. We'll take time out and be back in just a moment.
Okay. We want to take a look now at an interview that we have. We had one last week, so let's take another look at Korchenko. Coming to the air.
The Soviet Union, long known for supremacy in sports, now presents the most dominant figure in its long list of illustrious athletes. Korchenko stands at 6 feet 4 inches tall, weighs in at 320 pounds. He is undefeated in professional wrestling. He has traveled the world over and speaks 7 different languages. He has the only record victory over Idi Amin. He holds the Turkish, the Iranian, and the Samoan pro heavyweight titles.
You Americans have some foolish ways. You bring your lights, your cameras, and this TV interviews, this type of thing interrupts my daily regiment. I do not understand this. I do not need TV interviews. I do my talking in the ring. That must be the American way. You wonder that if I hate the American people so much, then why am I here? But let you understand one thing. I do not hate the American people. I feel sorry for them. The American athletes, they waste their time making television commercials, E.T. commercials. They should spend their time working out in the ring and in the gyms like Korchenko does. The American athlete and all the American people are soft, sniveling weaklings. You sit back and you let machines do work for you, push buttons. When Korchenko comes to America, he will show you just how soft the American athlete is. But there is one thing that I love about America, and that's the American dollar. And I will take many of them back to the homeland.
Titles on the line, and Jimmy, I know that's going to be the greatest day of your life.
You know, Lance, let me just say this, buddy. I've waited for this moment for a long time. For a long time. My blood, my sweat has gone into this. You know, Paul Ellering manages the Road Warriors, and as you know, Paul Ellering was brought into professional wrestling by Jimmy Hart.
I remember, Jimmy.
He didn't even know how to lace his boots until I brought him in, so it's a lot at stake on this one night right here in Memphis, baby. This is my backyard, baby. It's called Jimmy Hart country down here, and I believe that I've got 2 of the greatest athletes in the world with me, King Kong Bundy and Rick Rude against the Warriors. And I've got more I want to say about this later, but I want Rick and Bundy to tell you what they want to tell you.
Well,
about
they ended up winning the Southern titles, defeating the Fabulous Ones, and they'll get the world shot.
You know, I'm not the kind of guy who come out here and tell you, I told you so. But I told you so, didn't I? Now these belts make us the Southern Tag Team Champions, and the only reason these belts don't say World Champions on them is because we haven't had a shot yet. But it's going to come down, and I've been sick and tired of hearing everybody across the country talk about the Road Warriors. My partner chased them out of Atlanta single-handedly, and you better believe as a team, we're going to walk away world champions. What do you think, Carl?
Let's hear from King Kong Bundy.
You just said the Road Warriors, everybody's talking and nobody's saying a thing. Well, the family's talking now, baby. Look at these belts. The Southern Heavyweight Champions, the Southern Tag Team Champions, Eddie Gilbert, the International Champion, and now the Road Warriors, the supposedly biggest, meanest team in professional wrestling, coming to Memphis. And soon, we're going to be the AWA World Tag Team Champions. That's right. I chased the Road Warriors out of Atlanta. They ran all over the country just to get away from King Kong Bundy. And that $15,000 challenge entering, you tell those 2 goons, anybody can slam King Kong Bundy. It's $15,000. It's you 2 little goons that are going to be getting press slammed by King Kong Bundy and Ravishing Rick. You're looking at the most devastating team in professional wrestling. It's us, not the Road Warriors.
That's right, baby. You know, it's like I said before, it is going to be the greatest night of our lives. Bundy and Rude, there's a lot on the line right there, baby. Paul Ellering in their corner, Jimmy Hart in this corner, baby. Let me tell you something, man. I've waited too long and too hard, like I said before, to let this slip through my fingers this time. I promise you this, Ellering, you're going to leave here with your Road Warriors with no belts and no nothing. I'll have the Southern champions and the world champions. We don't have to wear makeup. We don't get our name from a movie title, baby. It's simply just King Kong Bundy and Rick Rude and Jimmy Hart. Together, the family. I promise you, Russell, I wouldn't miss this for anything in the world. I've got 105 fever right now. I can barely talk with laryngitis, but I will be ready. You people, we don't want anybody on our bandwagon. You know what I'm trying to tell you? Because I did this all by myself. I created the family all by myself with these men, baby. And I promise you, after Monday night, we will be the World Heavyweight Champion.
Well, we'll find out. Rick Rude, King Kong Bundy.
I'm going to show you muscle-bad little goons once and for all that King Kong Bundy is a better man than a Road Warrior.
You got a couple of guys that'll put you to a real test in there. They are the world champions, and I just want to say we've got no love for the Road Warriors at all. But, brother, I can't think of a better pairing. The Road Warriors against King Kong Bundy.
He's headed our way, like it or not, and we'll be seeing him in this particular area before too long. Now, a tag match coming up that will feature the Southern Tag Champions, Rude and Bundy. David?
This match is going to be a one-fall, 15-minute time limit. Total weight 421 pounds over on the right side of the ring. Both from Memphis, Tennessee, introducing Keith Eric and Ken Raper, and going against them at a total of 692 pounds. From Beverly Hills, California, Rick Rude, and the co-holder of the Southern Tag Team belt, his partner from Atlantic City, New Jersey, King Kong Bundy. Their manager, Jimmy Hart. Referee is Jerry Calhoun. This is one fall, 15-minute time limit.
Okay, introductions done with. Time to get on with the action as King Kong Bundy, 450 pounds of him, takes on Ken Raper out there, and right away it starts out about the way we figured. Oh, boy. That is just like somebody whaling you with a ball bat when King Kong Bundy hits with that broad arm. He really can nail you on that clothesline. This guy is always deceptive, Dave, when you look at him on television. You really don't understand how big some of these guys are.
Well, this guy is huge. Suplex, and a good one by Rick Rude. Now, in case some of the fans, reverse neck breaker. In case you joined us late, Rude and Bundy are the Southern Heavyweight Champions. They won the belts in the tournament, which was made necessary by Dutch Mantell and Tommy Rich's split, which vacated the belt. So Rude and Bundy are the champions. This is a non-title match.
Keith Eric whaled around by Rude before he tags Bundy, and now Kong applies his own brand of massage to Eric. Tries to battle back. Not much success. Top wasn't his best, but good enough when you got that much weight behind it, and he is powerful. Whoa, yeah, he's getting his attention now. Woo, Bundy wheels his head down into the top turnbuckle. Rick Rude takes the tag. Lean and mean climbs through the ropes, and he is ready for Keith Eric as he reverse neck breaks again. I noticed Ken Raper grabbing his neck. He felt that one, too. He knows exactly what Eric is going through, and now he'll have a chance to do something about it. Rude, Ken has an excellent height, but Rude is even taller than Raper is. In the air, straight up, slammed down by Rick Rude. Thunder and lightning, that's what Rude calls them. Rude and Bundy, the Southern Tag Champs. Look out! Whoa!
There's the thunder right there.
Yeah, two, that's going to be it.
Oh, he had
It's just on the 5 count,
yeah. 2 minutes, 32 seconds going to be the time on it. Rude and Bundy just in control.
Well, as part of the family, you are not surprised that they go for a little hot dogging. And as you can see when we take a look back at the finale here, Bundy insists on a 5 count, not just a 3 count, as King Kong Bundy dropped about 212 pounds, which is just on that right side on him, and got him with that big elbow. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I think as you can see there, the lights went out.
Yeah, boy, I'll tell you, the lights did go out. Okay, Davey, we got plenty of action. I love our expiration of time match. Dirty White Boys against the new generation. Going to be a dandy. We'll be taking a look at that in just a moment. We got an empty ring that needs filling up, and it's going to fill up in a hurry.
Oh, sure will. Here comes one of the teams led by Jimmy Hart, president of the First Family. And
yeah, I know you're ready. Jimmy Hart bringing the Dirty White Boys out. And
substitution across the way.
While we're away, I checked on it. Johnny Wilhoit's leg is such that he cannot continue. Randy Savage will be taking his place.
Well, let me tell you something, man. I'm tired of people just coming in any match they want to come into. We didn't sign to fight Savage and Matt. We signed to fight the generation, Wilhoit and this Bart Batten guy. That's who is supposed to be there. I can't help but think I was hurt.
Supposed to, but Eddie Marlin has made the substitution, and that's his business, not yours, Jimmy. Let's have the official introduction.
All right. Introducing at a total weight of 415 pounds from San Francisco, California, Tony Anthony, Len Denton, the Dirty White Boys, with Jimmy Hart, their manager, and going against him from Charleston, West Virginia, Mark Batten. From Sarasota, Florida, the Macho Man, Randy Savage. This match to the expiration of time. Referee is Jerry Calhoun.
Okay, we're about ready to go. Bell time. And this,
looking forward to this.
Sorry that Johnny's leg is such he can't continue. This is going to be a dandy because it adds a little more size on the side of what was called the new generation. Mark Batten with Savage in there as a partner, Dave.
That is true. And, of course, Randy Savage already upset with especially with Jimmy Hart from action earlier today on Championship Wrestling.
Dirty White Boys, a rugged team out of San Francisco, California. They've held lots of titles, one of which was the West Coast Tag Championship. And they can go, brother. They can get in there and wrestle with you. And Mark Batten is finding that out right now. As Tony Anthony, one of the Dirty White Boys, slams his head into the boot of Len Denton, the other of the Dirty White Boys. Savage is around having a word at Hart, and Hart is staying wisely a few paces away. Dirty White Boys against Mark Batten of the new generation and Randy Macho Man Savage.
Batten hammered down to the mat. Randy Savage with his arm outstretched, but Batten could not get over there for a tag. Len Denton, the Dirty White Boys, puts the suplex on Batten, picks him up by the hair. Look out. Batten thrown through the ropes down on the floor. Jimmy Hart watches him fly by. Randy Savage over to keep him off of him while Mark gets back to his feet.
Batten with the help of Savage to help protect him. Whoa, but he was back to the ring too quick. And as Mark started into the ring, the Dirty White Boy picked him up, slammed him right here on the studio floor. Hart trying to get him to split up so they could get in behind Savage. He's back in the ring now as Batten. And the Dirty White Boy bangs him with that forearm right over on the ropes as Hart cheerleading as usual. Double elbow.
Batten hit hard by both of them. Now Anthony is sliding his knee off his forehead. Count of 1, but the Dirty White Boy picks him up. A slam. Anthony drops down, lower leg across the throat. 2 minutes, 45 seconds into the action. Expiration of time match.
Boy, does Savage want a tag in a hurry right now, Dave. He really is hollering in the back. Oh, man, he got caught right in the middle of the back. Bounced down hard on that floor. So Mark Batten, thus far, not faring a whole lot better than his partner, Johnny Wilhoit, did against Eddie Gilbert. Gilbert started working on Wilhoit's leg, and, brother, that was it.
Lynn Denton choking him. The referee was down on the floor trying to keep Savage and Hart and Anthony apart.
Batten gets out of the way of the elbow.
Missed the tag by about, 8-10 inches.
Mark Batten, good move. Crowd hollering, get over, make the tag, make the tag. Denton drops right across his back.
Oh, Batten. Nice press. Couldn't make it stick for the 3 count, but a terrific move. Batten close to the tag. Has he got it this time? No, almost.
They have it right now. He was right there on him. He was knocked down face first on the floor, and
he used that boot and hooked his arm, pulled him away from the tag at the last second here. Mark needs to get that tag badly. He's been in there a long time. 4.5 minutes gone now.
Another tag from the Dirty White Boys, and Lynn Denton takes over. Rugged clothesline. Batten has been under fire virtually from the first second of the match. How long has that been, Dave?
That has, it's been 5 minutes. 5 minutes even right now.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Savage up on the second rope. He is wild. It's hard to tell what he is going to do. Hart saying, why doesn't he get in the ring? He'll get in the ring. Believe me, they'll see all the Savage he'll want to see. This is the expiration of time match. First ball. As it turns out, between the Dirty White Boys and Mark Batten and Randy Savage. Batten, of course, of the new generation. And Savage comes around to see that his partner at least gets a reasonable shake. He's keeping one of the Dirty White Boys back, and the referee's trying to get Wild Randy back.
Man went over to make the tag, and where was Savage hiding on the floor somewhere?
He wasn't hiding on the floor, Jimmy. You were looking right at him from behind, something you could hide behind. Oh, he'd love to get you back in there. A little earlier, Savage did wrestle in a single match, and he got a hold of Hart. He went against Big Kurt Von Hess successfully. Big elbow, Batten still under fire. Ripping the mouth, nose as the referee backs him up. Almost a disqualification in this first ball.
6.5 minutes gone now. Batten has been in there all the way.
Much to the discomfort of the Macho Man, who's been wanting to get in there, but Mark has missed 2 very good opportunities for tags due to the Dirty White Boys trying to keep him in there. There's the tag over the top rope. Here he comes. A wild Macho Man going after the Dirty White Boys. He's taking on both of them. He likes it that way. From the second rope. Big elbow. Tag, Mark Batten. Hope it wasn't too quick on Mark after the beating he had taken. Whip into the rope. And Batten is down.
Mark had about a 30-second rest, and that was about it after being in there for over 6 minutes. We're now coming up on the 8-minute mark in the match. Look, down on the floor down there, it's Savage and Denton going at each other while Anthony continues to work on Batten in the ring.
He slams Batten down, and as Tony Anthony comes off, he nails Batten while the other Dirty White Boy and Savage going at it. That's going to be the first fall of action. But it looks like we've got plenty of time here, so we're looking forward to some more of this action as the Macho Man hurls a big step into the ring, and his partner was waylaid very, very, very hard by the Dirty White Boy. What happened? While Macho Man was outside on the ropes, he fighting with the other Dirty White Boy. Tony Anthony came up, bang, down on Mark Batten, and he really squished him right in the center of the ring. Got a 1-2-3. Referee back in as the other Dirty White Boy broke it off so the referee would come back in, gets the count, 1-2-3, and the first fall is history.
8 minutes, 5 seconds.
8:05, more action coming up, and we'll be back to it in just a moment.
Well, the Macho Man has stayed in there the entire time while we were away. He got Mark Batten out of there. Mark was in there
better than 6 minutes on the initial go, and then the second time, boy, he really got squished by the Dirty White Boy, and they ended up winning the first fall. Savage came over during the time we were away, and he says, I'm starting the second fall, and I started to say, but you didn't get beat in the first fall or win the first fall. So he said, I'm starting it, you ring the bell, and we're ringing the bell.
Starting the legal man is Batten right there. The legal man is Batten. He's got to be the one that starts. You know it, Russell.
Well, you see if the referee can make that point. I don't think he's going to be too successful, Dave. Uh-oh. Dirty White Boy grabs Batten, pulls him into the ring. He was the man that was legally supposed to be in there. And the referee gets Jerry Calhoun outside while the Dirty White Boys are just taking turns working on Mark Batten. Oh. Look at that. Woo, what a clothesline. And there's Savage. Hey, I'm hearing Hart say he can't come in and out of the ring like that, like his guys from the family are the most notorious in the world at that.
It's like a turnstile over here.
Yeah. Really. Double elbow, and Batten needs that kind of help from Savage. Boy, he is in serious trouble.
I think that's what Savage is going to have to do. At the same time, he is going to have to be aware that he's flirting with disqualification every time he steps in there without a tag. But Batten's got to have some help, or the White Boys are going to keep him in there for another 6 minutes if they can do it.
Hart pulls off his coat like he's going to go up and scare Savage to keep him out of the ring. Poor Mark Batten is really being battered around as here's the Dirty White Boys. They use that. One picks him up, the other one comes off the second turnbuckle and nails him with that forearm with a lot of momentum behind it. Look at Savage. Referee trying to get him out of there, but now the Dirty White Boys figure this is a good chance. Let's double team him. Oh. Chair pitched in by Hart. Oh. Boy. Disqualification.
They nailed Savage. They smacked him with that chair. They busted his forehead open when they hit him with it. Referee did call for the bell. Disqualification on the Dirty White Boys, but not much consolation to Mark Batten or Randy Savage. Now look at Hart in there.
Hart coming in, beating on Savage. He is busted wide open. Where that chair nailed him, and they really crunched him with that chair. Referee gets knocked down. That'll be a handsome little fine going against the Dirty White Boys. Hart must keep a pool of money to pay off the fines for his guys. Here comes Ken Raper, Keith Eric. as the Dirty White Boys saw a chance to get Savage, and they really used it. Out of the ring, Raper, Eric, they're fired out. They'd been involved in a bout a little bit earlier. Savage caught in the rope, blood streaming all the way down his stomach. Is Mark Batten trying to help out, but Batten pretty well roughed up. Here comes Eddie Marlin. Eddie telling Jimmy Hart, I can't hear him, but I imagine he's saying, you better get your guys out of there, or they're not going to be wrestling around here too much. Eddie coming around the side, telling the Dirty White Boys. We had said, oh, yeah, I can't hear you, Lynn Denton saying. We've said before, this Dirty White Boy team is a rugged team, and man, they are. They're both good athletes. They're strong, good condition. They have pounded Savage into a bloody mess with that chair and followed it up. Keith Eric on the floor, Ken Raper, and you're going to get a fine.
I get a fine. Savage interfered in our matches all day long, and I get a fine.
He also hit a referee in there, too. I saw that.
He ain't a referee. He's a multi-skillful referee.
You lose the second fall by disqualification.
Macho Man.
Yeah, I see.
When he messes with the Dirty White Boy.
Eddie Marlin saved him this time, but never again.
Believe me, he won't forget it either. We're going to take time out right here, and we'll be back in just a moment. Well, not a good day for the Macho Man, as he really got banged around severely with that chair.